Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, from wherever we are all attending this webinar. And I want to say happy weekend. I wish all of us enjoy a very beautiful nice weekend listening to this webinar. Yes, the type 2 of the webinar is part to become a certified cost professional. The emphasis is on the certified end or caption of the title, certified. There are so many cost guys all over the world. So how many of them are certified? So we are going to run ourselves through some principles, some techniques, how we can get certified. And then what are the value you derive from being a certified cost kind of engineer or estimator or planner or scheduler. So that will be the focus, and we have some question and answers as we have the question and answers. So this is the program we want to look at cost engineering from a layman and from an expert view. The overview of careers, yes, a lot of careers in that profession, a lot of them. The benefit of becoming a certified cost professional. Then how can you become one? Then who are we? Don't bother about that word engineering. Anybody can become a cost engineer. Lawyers, economists, accountants, historians, IT guys, and even engineers can become one. So what is cost engineering? I want to put emphasis on the last one. Is the practice of keeping your projects, capital project on track, at least within scope, no deviations, no playing games, on time, and within budget. We call it within the Osborne principles. OS means on schedule, OB means on budget, and OT means on track. So whatever methodology you are deploying to get your capital projects to be achieved within the time frame, without overblowing your budget and getting the whole scope exhausted. It's called engineering. Don't forget that even our personal life, they are all projects. Engineering is the art and science of what we call TCM, total cost management. That is, how much you are spending from the beginning of a project to the end. From what? From cradle to grave. Thank God, Nigeria today, the PIA of 2021 has brought in the dimension of what we call D&A, decommission abandon estimate. That's bringing the TCM to the oil and gas. That is when by the time the oil is exhausted or that field is no longer available, or that refinery or that plant no longer useful now, you have to what? Decommission it, abandon it. Then the cost of doing that is now by law that must be reserved during the life of the project. So that is cost engineering. So AAC is the largest cost body all over the world, and they define it as well as area of engineering practice where engineering judgment and experience are being put towards getting your job done on time, cost control, profitability, estimating, and so on and so forth. So these are all definitions of cost engineering, and we're all cost engineers one way or the other. I mean, you go to the market, you see the price is changing, and you change your mind, you change your scope, you align your budget, you forecast, and instead of buying the market, you go to the market to buy something now. But the price has changed. What are you doing? You can scope change. You change your mind from what? From buy turkey to what? To buy chicken or buy another means. That is scope change. Then you align your budget to meet your scope. Then you are forecasting. All those are engineering principles. So let's move on. I said that these are the elements of planning and scheduling. That is, planning, you plan what you want to do, you schedule it now. Don't forget that scheduling is adding time dimension to your plan. And cost estimating is the money side of it. You want to do a project tomorrow for a given school, for a given location. What is the cost? And cost control. No matter how well define your plan and how well define your estimate is, without robust cost control, you're a joker. It's going to blow up your budget. So these are three gentlemen or triplet of engineering. There are many others which I will share with you shortly. And you will be probably surprised why cost engineering is the same thing as project controls. they are the same thing. They are interchangeable. But owners do cost engineering, contractors do project controls, and that's why you hear contractors say, "Oh, I'm doing project control." When we say cost engineering, people like probably the Chevron of this world, the vector, the elements of this world, the mobile, they do cost engineering. But contractors like Bechtel, like maybe Netco, they do project controls. So the two of them are similar in terms of content and scope, but based on similar in just the semantics. And by way of demarcation, up to the point of award, we are doing cost engineering. After award, it's project controls, and that's mainly done by the contractors. Just there are 5 pillars of project controls. That is the scope of work, the cost, the schedule, then managing that cost, very, very important, and then change management. No matter where you find your scope, your estimate, where they find they are, changes must happen. And that's why you must place a robust control over the changes, that's cost control, and then there will be a definitive scope change clause to measure the scope as they are evolving and they are changing, and try to cost control it. Yes, cost engineering is about TCM, total cost management, I think from the beginning to the end. If it's project now, it's from beginning to close out. If it's set, from what? From commencement to what? To termination, to abandonment and decommissioning. So these are what cost engineering does. And I mentioned that today in Nigeria, PIA has brought in the dimension of decommissioning and abandonment cost estimation. That will take care of those issues when they are due for actual decommissioning, whether the field or the plant or the facility. What are the careers that are available in cost engineering domain? What are the careers? Very many of them, but because cost engineering is like an accidental kind of career, so it's not actually known to many of us up to probably we have left the school, our first degree. So I said that cost engineering is the practice of keeping the project on time, on track, and within budget. We call it OSBOT. OSBOT go on schedule, on budget, on track. So and then it plays a lot of value in the bottom line of a project, and it's an important way to mitigate risk, because within engineering there's a study called risk management. We produce your contingencies you in place on your base estimate to allow your project to remain rugged, so that if any risk happens now, you have control on it. I mean, many projects we did in the time past now. For instance, now I will be surprised if most of the projects we have done in Nigeria many years ago that we need the estimate. I'm surprised if we have in place enough contingency to take care of the risk unfolding now, especially in the area of insecurity issues. So when that's not there, there'll be a gap. So risk is part of the something. So I was saying cost engineering is accidental profession. Why? Because it's never taught in primary school, secondary school, no way. In the universities, yes, it's taught just as a course or just as a subject. I remember when I was doing my first degree in University of Ife, I went to University of Ife, not OAU. So in our final year, in my design section of my project now, we need to do some costing. So that's first time I'm coming across it. Very interesting. But today, find out majorly life is about cost engineering. You plan your job, you schedule your job, you execute your job. In that course now, you monitor and control. You don't allow it to balloon on your face before you take action. So in today's world, we are trying to create awareness. The cost engineering is a very important course, and that's why this seminar is being brought to your doorstep to be aware that yes, so there's something called cost engineering, and there are values inside it that can be of value to you and now and in future. That's why we are here. So these are the kind of disciplines under cost engineering. Cost engineering is one. You'll be amazed. Cost engineering, cost control, change management, plan and scheduling. Yeah, you need to plan your job. If you don't plan your job now, the job will be out of plan. And scheduling is adding time dimension to your plan. Cost estimating very important. That is, you estimate what a project will cost for a given location, for a given scope, and more the futuristic. Estimating is more of art than science. And then value bring objectively the cost, the schedule, and the progress. That is, what did you pay and what did you spend and what did you earn. Now what now is comparing your actual plan versus what was expended versus what to plan and what to achieve. Then claims and devaluation is a very important program or discipline for engineering, because no matter how well defined your scope, your cost, your planning are now, changes must happen. So all claims can be settled within the T and C of the contract. Doesn't have to become toxic or going competition partner. No. Then decision and risk management. Risk is very important. I mean, attending this class involves some element of risk, but there is an element of engineering there. You bring in the amount of money called contingency to emplace on your base estimate, so that if any risk happens, it gets absorbed. It is time or then schedule reserve. Then general project management is a very powerful tool. A project manager that is cost bias will go very, very far in that profession. I remember many years ago now, because of my cost expertise now, I was able to do well or to excel in my PM roles when I was working with my previous employer. So, value engineering is the application of knowledge of estimation, cost control, size now to ensure the project or asset or portfolio are delivered within budget, within schedule, and within track. No corner. Then the next one is plan and scheduling. Who are these guys? They are the ones that are responsible to help the project team in developing, monitoring, the reporting, the project schedule, the plan, the update it periodically, and they tell the project team how much progress they are against what they should be. So this is a very important part and a career. And planner and scalers now are in all demand all over the world. All project in planner and scaler. The cost estimating, very important role. Estimators are very scarce. I think we are only about 9 in Nigeria. 9. We have only 50 certified course guys in Nigeria. I will show the list very shortly. We have 9 estimators. We have only, but we have 30 something cost guys. Very good. I don't think we have anybody in EVP. So what does estimator do? They prepare what a project will cost for a given scope, for a given location, and will be futuristic. And by the way, estimates are never numbers. They are a range. I know you say, what am I saying? Yes, estimates is never a number, it's a range. But let's leave that for the next class. Hand value. What do hand value do? Hand value try to bring your scope, your schedule, and cost with budget to see what really you have achieved and how much have you expended to achieve that. So it's very important. This is a very important concept that we need to understand on our project. What have you spent to date? What have you earned? And what do you plan to achieve? So know that very well. These are very nice, interesting careers in cost engineering. Disputes, claims, because no matter where defined your project is, events may unfold that may make changes. For instance, now what's happening in your globe is causing changes to happen. Changes must happen, but these guys are in charge of ascertaining how much is the impact of that claim. So it's a very nice area in cost engineering that is looking for people who want to go into it. Then risk, I said before, this is part of life. To every project now there are some risks, but those risks must be mitigated by way of contingency should they show up. So contingency is the amount of time or of money you had to be estimate to take care of those risks when they come. If it is money, contingency, which is schedule, because it's schedule reserve. So let's note this thing, and then finally, general project manager. When you are a cost bias, you become a certificate. You become good PMs. I remember many years ago, I was made a project manager by my employer now, and all my projects do come on budget and on schedule, on track, very better than non all 35 people. Why? Because I understand the question of planning and scaling and cost estimation, the scope changes. I don't allow it to happen before I make noise. If I dream about it now, I shout. Yes, what are the common traits of a cost professional? You don't have to be an engineer, but yes, engineering is good, economics fantastic, law. So anybody who loves numbers can be a cost engineer. Don't be deceived that you must be engineering, mechanical civil. No. In fact, those people who taught me cost engineering and never engineers many years ago, they are probably IT people and probably with people historians, but they love numbers. So you must be good in organizing things, an organizer. Then communication. That's why when you want to become a certified cost engineer, you have to write a memo to communicate. I mean, your thoughts to your bosses, to your colleagues, to your principals, to your subordinates. Then you must be highly motivated people, not be a wheelbarrow person, but somebody who is ambitious, who is motivated to learn new things, not wheelbarrow kind of person. Then analytical. Yeah, because we have to use a lot of scenarios, case studies, try to have calculations now, analytic thinkers. And then team builder. You can't be a cost professional without being a team builder, because you need to get data from your colleagues who are mechanical, civil, and use their data now to analyze, to produce report, graph, Excel sheet. So you will be a team builder. If you are not a team builder now, you will not get your data on time, or they will mess you up. So you will be a team builder, team player. Then you must have empathy. When projects are not doing very well, you must have empathy with your team. Don't attack them because they are not doing well, but try to let them see what really do they need, empathize with them. Those are the things. And then what was our common career path? You can see this chart has a table. That table can see down is one where your first degree. When comes out of first degree, that's the starting point. Then from there you can do the CCT or CST, that is the junior technicians. To be an estimator, scheduler, those are the junior ones. Then from there you move to the level of professionals, senior cost guy, senior scheduler, senior project manager, senior estimator. That's why we have CEP, CCP, and PSP, VP are there. I will tell you the name. Although CCP means certified cost professional, CEP means certified estimating professional, PSP means planner and selling professional. So all those are those kind of professional certification that are in AACE. And then from there you move up, become lead cost, lead scheduler, chief estimator, from there lead project control manager, selling manager, and so on and so forth. So it has a career path. You start from the beginning, then from your first degree, go to junior, go to certification level, go to professional level. And when you are certified, I can bet with you, you can face wherever in the world. You are confident, you are competent, you are respected. You be a kind of sought for people. People want to seek your guidance because you have what they don't have. So these are the certifications. I say CCP means certified cost professionals, and PSP means planning and scaling professionals, and CP means certified estimating professionals, EVP and value, PRMP project management professional, and CFCC means claims forensic content, not EFCC. Is CFCC, claims forensic consultants. They are scattered all over the world. DMP, digital and risk management professional. So these are professions that are available within cost engineering balance. And I say good to consider some diversification from your end. With mechanical, civil, a lawyer, accountant, try to diversify. You'll be amazed how much opportunity and this. I mean, those guys who are lawyers now, they do very well in PSP and all these claims and disputes. They do a lot very well because they bring in the lawyer knowledge into it now, and they excel, and they are like outcapable by the world. In Nigeria today, this is the list of Nigerians. We are 50 in number compared to global vulnerability. 5,000 people in Nigeria, 5,000 of the world now are certified by AACE. AACE means Association for the Advanced Course Engineering. They are the largest course body all over the world, and they have about 5,000 people on the register. You can check their website. You see the names where they are. You see in Nigeria we have 50 of us. We are very many in cost, but estimating we are 10. Cepcs, nobody. PRMP, we have one. I know this person in that one. He was in our class, in our celebration class in November last year, and today he's certified. I dug my car for him. He's a good guy. So PSP we have two. So am I saying? Same by the time we are done with this webinar, you will probably pick up interest in becoming one of us in Nigeria, and that means that you are able to achieve something that out of 200 million plus, only 50 people have achieved that status. And you can Google the website now to know who are these and know where they are working. Most of these names, 50 people now, they are either in a company or in their own business. So engineering is a profession that you easily to set up on your own. Yes, what are the benefits? Plenty of them. Rewarding for problem solvers. Yes, you get rewarded very easily. Yes, you are not stuck behind the desk. You go to the site to see what is happening, and you're able to come back to the office now and put into your data what you see in the site. You work on many projects at one time. There are some, when I was my former employment now, they are going at time work on 3 projects at the same time. Some are site, some in the office now. I come at the office now, put my data and put my graph and project. Then you are exposed to various projects, various clients, and in this life, the more you interact with human face, the more networking you have. So that's one thing about the course engineering. You are not looking at data. You are looking at data now, and you go back to the site, go back to the people, and explain to them, no, this data is not saying well. Then you work at intersection of bid. Yes, so you are the link between the people that are building the plant on the field and people that are making that report of how to pay them in the office. So you are intersection. You are like you are hands and ears. So I'm going to decide to this is what I saw there. Then when you are course engineer kind of expertise, that same knowledge can move from aviation, agriculture, the construction, to oil and gas. Cost is germane. Cost is cost. The principle are the same thing. So you can use your general expertise in oil and gas to go and explode in agriculture, in aviation, in manufacturing. It's the same skill set. Then opportunities for your influence and your career. Yes, so if people come back to this world twice and I happen to come second time now, I think I will just go for engineering. From primary school, I know. So I won't bother to go and do primary school, go and do engineering. No, I just go straight because it's not very important in one time. Then you build a virtual bit of time, money, and space. Yes, you are able to lower your stress. Because you talk with people, you see many things, and then terms of job security and salary is fantastic. I'll show you a slide on that show that the course engineers they have more salary than non-course engineers. Yes, you will see it. Yes, this is what to do. Legacy footprint. You see the project you have course engineer, term of time, cost and schedule. You will be it to do. When I'm driving around some places and I see the project and course engineer, I say, oh, this is my project. I'll be very happy and glad. That's my project. I will tell my people that this is what I do on this project. So that's the beauty of engineering. And then salary-wise, you can see. Look at the one in third, one green, the one architecture, chemicals, even their salary. Look at the one down, blue. They spread the graph, they jackpot to the right. Why? Because that's one thing. So engineering, professionals now, they have much higher than non-engineers. Yes, that's the truth of the case. They have more. Each time I went for a conference, I see a lot of advertisement too. The lead course engineer, estimators, planners. Why? Because they are not demand. Why? Because course engineering is applicable to aviation, to construction, to even to the family, even to ministries. You need to cost engineer your program, your project, schedule it, plan it, execute it, control and monitor it. If you don't monitor it now, you balloon your budget and budget become failure and bankrupt. And then why? God want to present CCP or CEP behind your name. And when I see your name, CCP or CEP now, I dog my car. I know what it means. I mean, if you don't get your certificate, not certified, you're a joker. I mean, there are so many people who claim they know, but when they see that, oh, you are a CCP or CEP or EVP now, they learn from you. Then you learn the best practice of management. Then become highly feasible. I mean, I remember many years ago in my previous employment now, I can tell you I become feasible management because of my course expertise. And I used to be one of I became part of the tender board and I was an advisor to the tender board because of my course expertise. What a privilege. Me, advisor to the tenders board, to the people that matter. What a privilege. So that's the value of engineering. It pays a lot. And then you are the kind that want to japa. Hear me and hear me well. When we are called certified, then we choose where to work, not only in Nigeria, but elsewhere in the world. And today in Nigeria, the oil and gas alone is hungry with cost engineers. I mean, I do have a lot of requests from companies say we need estimator, planner. I said no, they are not available. The one available now already busy either with you people or they are on their own businesses. So what I do, I said, please give us names, we bring them up. And that's why most of the companies, I mention names, they are giving us names and people now, and we train them, and we have not been disappointed. Nobody came to our certification class now that has not made that certification exam at first attempt. That's our testimony. So, I mean, these are the value of engineering. I mean, the schedule, the scope, the volume cost, budget now, they are all what cost engineering add value to. And cost engineering in the middle of this one, EPC. Cost engineering is the linkage between E, P, and C. You can see now, we got data from engineering, construction, procurement now, and synthesize them to provide progress cost to the project and cost report, trends and everything. That's what cost engineering. It's a critical resource in project or asset or engineering. You may not bear that name in that purpose, but you are doing that role. So that's what I'm making. And then look at this man in the middle. Look at those arrows. If this guy does not have a solid and robust cost engineering support, this arrow will finish him up. But if he has a robust cost engineering expertise or resources around himself now, this arrow will backfire. So that's about cost engineering. Yes, how can you become a certified cost engineer? In brief, One, I agree that the one below is not certified. I believe probably you are not certified and listen to me. So the technician is early career professionals. You have CST, CCT. This one you have to you are just a fresh graduate or a graduate who have not been certified. Yeah, that's where you are now. You can be certified very easily. That's why I want to explain to you. Then from there go to professional certification. That is CCP, CEP, PSP, all those are some. Then the last one is expertise. So I will focus more on technical and professional. And expertise now is not a bad idea if you wish to, but you must have achieved professional before the expertise level. So the technician has two levels, CTT and CST. CCT means certified course technician. That is, you want to be a course professional now, you can start with CCT. You don't have to be graduate, but you must not be graduate now. But if you have less than 4 years experience in the industry of working after your graduation now, you can go with CCT. Same with CST, skilled technician. Then from there now, you go to professional, CCP, CPVP. This is very important. You must have gotten 4 years experience after graduation. And then very interesting. And then from there, the expertise, the CFCC or DRMP. Now these are plenty years now. So what are the CCP? You must have 4 years if you have a degree holder to do the exam in all those CCP, CAP, CSP, PSP. Now you are required to have minimum 4 years after graduation. Then in the exam, you write a memo in the exam to actually to be sure that you can communicate, because course engineering is about communicating. And then from there now you do a objective question, about 119 questions if it is professional. If it is junior one, it's 100 questions. So let me go. Maybe this one is not clear, but I explain it. For the junior certifications, it's 3 hours question exam, 100 multiple choice questions, and then you are allowed to come with your calculator. So, and then the exam, you are allowed to come with 2 books. The exam can be online, it's online, but you can do it right inside your room if your system is comply with AC kind of thing. Right now, there are centers all over Nigeria. Then the one that are professional, at least you have gotten more than 4 years experience work after graduation, can be certified estimator, certified cost engineer, certified planner and scheduler, AVP. That is about 5-hour exam, 119 questions, multiple choice, and one memo. Very easy. We have been running people through this program in our company, and I say again, nobody has ever come to our class that has not made the exam first attempt. Why? Because we deep dive them, we hold them, we run them through a class of 3 or 4 days, and that time we even hold them for 3 months to get them fully ready for the exam. That's the beauty of our company. And nobody has ever come to our company and failed the exam. But we give them practice questions, and we teach them how to write the memo. Yes, and after you are certified, though, you need to come back again after 3 years to recertify. That's AAC functionality. It's not like mother for anybody. After 3 years now, you come back, but you don't have to do exam. All your work experience, you are earning credit points, you are going for training, all those people you are earning. Once you accumulate them and they are up to a minimum point, according to AAC website, you can check that on your own, find out that you just certified. And if you choose, you can come back again for testing, but I advise that don't give yourself a headache. All the points you are accumulating over 3 years now, they are more than enough. Your work experience enough is good enough, and any training you attended for, you give a training class like this or webinar like this one I'm doing good now. I will use 1 credit for my certification in the next 3 years. So that's what I'm saying. That's it. And then AAC certification now is a global certification. It's hot cake. I mean, all over the world, it's certified now. We do for you. So it's globally accredited. That's what I'm trying to say. And then, but also CPCS now, this is what we do. We are a cost engineering and project management consulting services, and our areas of focus: improving processes, consultancy, project management consultancy, cost management consulting. We prepare cost estimate for our people. We review, validate, and benchmark, and we carry out a lot of consultancy for our clients, productivity norms for our clients, the cost estimation of any type. Now we review, we prepare, review, validate, and provide guidance. And cost engineering school certification, PMP, cost certification, cost expense certification, all those programs we have it. You can be online, it can be in person. Because some of us who are 9 to 5 now don't have time to actually attend the class 1-to-1, but we have online for them. For instance, as I'm talking now, this week now, we are having certified estimating professional for online for some of our candidates who do not have time to be in a class 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we have that program for them. So it's available online on 1-to-1 as maybe. So these are our certification schools: CCT, CST, CCP, CPFS, PVP. Again, our testimonial: 100% success rate at first attempt of any of the certification exams, and no one is taking our class for certification and follow our instructions and fail the AAC exam. No one. It's 100% success rate, and we can mention their names. 100% success rate. So please, Gentlemen and ladies, we thank you for listening to us in this webinar. And again, this is what we do for living. For instances, project management, engineering, database applications. We prepare cost estimates, very important, deep dive into details. We provide class 3 cost estimates, which are good for the owners. And if you have detailed design, you can turn into class 2 or class 1. We review, validate, and benchmark. So on this note, I want to say a very big thank you for taking this time off your schedule. On this note, I say thank you. God bless you for being in our webinar program.